Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427's to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, quite thinking that it looks like I'm doing 3 thoughts videos in the span of about 3 days for sure, so yeah. And I guess pretty much, if anything, I guess it's after what I've been through the past weekend, checking out both The Bad Guys 2 and Naked Gun, I guess I do have some, pretty much some time within it, of course, pretty much, right up until the next movie I'll see on the big screen for sure, so I think I guess I would actually cram in an additional one for sure, and well, surprisingly enough, I seem to be long overdue to officially talk about this movie for sure, so yeah. But either way, I'm making it up for it now from what I can gather, and I'm now officially going to be talking about this movie for sure, So yeah, with that being said, I guess for today's movie we're going to be talking about, well, I guess it has been a long while since I've actually talked about pretty much something that came out, of course, the streaming platform for sure, so yeah. And I guess pretty much quite fitting enough, I think it makes sense for me to finally talk about this one for sure, because yeah, for the past couple of months, yeah, this has actually been gaining quite a bit of a following for sure, so yeah, I seem to be late to jump on board this bandwagon, so I figure it makes sense for me to finally jump onto it now for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front. So with that being said, I think it's about time that for today's movie we're going to be talking about, I know it's been a long while since I've actually talked about pretty much a little something from Netflix for sure. Yeah, hard to believe it's actually been quite a long time for sure, but hey, I figure I might as well do it right now for sure, so yeah, and quite fitting enough, we're not just going to be talking about a little Netflix movie. How about, of course, an animated film that's done by Sony Pictures Animation, released onto Netflix, that actually involves demon hunters and K-pop. Yeah, literally from, of course, what I've actually said, I think it will get you the idea of course, what I'm talking about here today. But in case you're actually quite curious, I think we might as well dive right into, of course, pretty much the movie that I'm here to talk about here today, which is none other than K-pop Demon Hunters. So yeah, that's of course what I'm going to be talking about here today for sure. Not only is this not only did this film came out right around a couple months ago by the time I'm recording this video, but yeah, I know I seem to be late to joining, of course, this one, so I figure now would be a good time for me to finally talk about this one for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, I guess pretty much going into this movie, surprisingly enough, I actually don't know anything about it for sure. In fact, I guess pretty much of anything. I know I've been bombarded with, of course, some other movies that I've been occupied with, of course, checking out for sure that I actually didn't have the time to finally watch it by the time it finally came onto Netflix for sure. But however, over time, since after the film's release for sure, I've actually been hearing some pretty good word of mouth for sure. And I don't just mean good, I mean like really great word of mouth for sure. Yeah, literally from, of course, what I've actually seen, it has been garnering up a massive following as we speak for sure, and people are really eating this up quite well for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I was really quite intrigued with, of course, the reception it's been gained so far, and yeah, I guess I kind of figure, you know what? Maybe I might finally check this one out for sure, and yeah, quite fitting enough, I did manage to take the time, pretty much from what I can gather, to yeah, actually pretty much fire up Netflix and actually finally see this movie for myself because of pretty much the following it's been gaining from what I could gather. And I really do mean from what I've actually seen, with not only people praising it pretty much for pretty much a really great movie for what it is, but I think as of now, people are starting to cosplay as the characters from this movie, and people have been really digging the soundtrack for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I was really yeah, I knew right away that given to the following it's been gaining, I figure I would finally jump on board on this at the last minute and fire up Netflix to see this movie for myself. Sort of like what I did pretty much a few months ago when I finally checked out Sinners by far, to which, yeah, even looking back on that said film that I've actually mentioned, still really great. I'm glad I finally got to check that one out, So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Given to the spare time that I actually had in my busy schedule, I did manage to take the time to officially see this movie after I fired up Netflix for sure, and yeah, now that I've officially got out of course, watching that movie, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, surprisingly enough, everyone was right, of course, praising this movie because, yeah, this movie it's more than just great. I think it's just absolutely fantastic for sure. So yeah, literally from what I'm actually seeing pretty much throughout the course of the movie, yeah, I guess a part of me did kind of wish it would actually get the theatrical release by far, as I think it would have been awesome to see on the big screen, but regardless, I was really impressed on how well this movie actually turned out for sure. Yeah, everything from what I've actually seen, and not only pretty much is a really great love letter to K-pop and K-drama, just to name me a few for sure, but I think it works very, very well on its own, as its own movie from what I can gather. So yeah, either way, I really enjoyed this movie for what it is, and I say it is absolutely impressive from what I've actually seen, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright then, well, now that I actually got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the story, and And yeah, literally from what I've actually seen, I really do dig, of course, what they did with the story for, of course, this movie by far. I think it is structured out very well from what I can gather, and I really do follow through on everything that goes on throughout the course of the movie for sure, in a way that I actually got myself really invested from what I can gather for sure, So yeah, there was never one dull moment that actually pretty much stopped the movie from being great. No, it really kept it going throughout the course of it, and I was really intrigued with what I've actually gathered for sure that I can really do love and admire, So yeah, I guess pretty much, if anything, it's pretty much what I can say for the story for, of course, this movie, So yeah, now as for the writing, I have to say, yeah, that too alone deserves a whole lot of recognition from what I can gather. I really do think the writing in this film is actually very well crafted, in my opinion, that I really do think works quite well in a way that, again, pretty much best suit, of course, what I've actually seen in the story for sure, So yeah, I can tell there was a whole lot of hard-working effort to really make the writing in this film absolutely great for sure, and they accomplished that quite well from what I've actually seen, So yeah, and again, there was never one part in it that pretty much where the writing actually starts to crumble down, and some parts of it could use a little rewrite here and there. No, everything about it really is crafted very, very well, and I can tell there's a whole lot of hard-working effort being put into, of course, this one. So yeah, and not just that, the comedy, I have to say, that alone is also done very well, pretty much in a way that I really do think is actually very admirable for sure. So yeah, pretty much of anything, all the pretty much the jokes and the pretty much comedic moments in this are really on their A game for sure. That really did get a huge laugh for sure. That I really do think really does tying everything that goes on for sure, whether it be verbally or visually for sure. It really does pretty much hit itself a home run for sure. That I really do think is actually quite nice in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for those aspects in a nutshell for sure. I really do like what they did with the story, the writing, and the comedy for sure. And again, there's a lot of hard-working effort being put into, of course, this one for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I've actually got those out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and move on to the next couple of things that I need to talk about for sure. To which next up is, of course, the characters, and yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, the characters in this movie, I really do think are absolutely brilliant for sure. I really do think they actually are given such a really great development all the way that I really do think makes them not only pretty much the type of characters I want to root for, but also do it in a clever way that I really do think actually makes them likable and interesting for sure. So yeah, literally from what I've actually seen, I really do feel for all these characters for sure, and I really do think they have a lot going for to actually make them likable and interesting, and this movie really knows how to do that for sure. And I guess pretty much of anything, yeah, pretty much of anything, the three main characters that make up the idol group Huntrix, yeah, they're absolutely pretty much fun to watch, and they're an absolute blast whenever they're pretty much they're on screen together for sure. So yeah, pretty much if anything, I really do dig pretty much their personalities, and of course their character traits, and of course their flaws that they need to overcome for sure, and that's just to name me a few. So yeah, and and again, I really do feel for them, and I do root for them all the way. That I really do think is really something to admire for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the characters for sure. Now, as for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. I think this movie has actually put together a really great cast of actors to play all these characters for sure, because each and every single one of them, from what I've actually seen, have pulled off such really great performances, in my opinion, that I really do love and admire for sure. And yeah, I really do love their dedication, and of course their commitment, and of course their investment to really work around the material that's actually been given to them for sure. So yeah, literally, I guess pretty much of anything, the voice acting is really spot on for sure, and I can tell the actors really pulled off a lot of hardworking effort in their performances for sure. That I really do think really works quite well in, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah. I won't go into too much of course, everything that goes on for sure, because, well, yeah, I really think that, much like all the other thoughts videos that I've done, you're not getting any spoilers for, of course, this one, so there's that. So yeah, but either way, it's pretty much what I can say for those two aspects in a nutshell for sure. I really do dig on what they did with the characters to actually make them likable and interesting. And of course, this movie has brought on some really great actors for sure, and the voice acting is really spot on all the ways. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, quite a whole lot for sure, to which, yeah, again, seeing how this is an anime film, to which, yeah, surprisingly enough, pretty much already talking about 2 anime films so far, so yay for me on that. So yeah, I guess quite fitting enough, we should definitely talk about the animation next, and yeah, I guess pretty much, if anything, the animation in this movie, that alone is just absolutely gorgeous to look at for sure. Literally, from what I've actually seen, I really do think the animation in this film is absolutely spot on for sure. I really do think they really putting a lot of hard-working effort in, of course, pretty much making the animation look absolutely great for sure. And they actually did that very well, that I really do love and admire for sure. So yeah, literally from, of course, the way the characters are designed to the way they move and stuff, yeah, I can tell they really went all out for, of course, this one in regards to the animation for sure. And luckily enough, it's not just K-pop and K-drama that this movie took a lot of influence from for sure. I can tell from, of course, pretty much the way they move, to even the expressions, and just to name a few, that I can tell there is a lot of anime influence being put into, of course, this one for sure, that I really do think is actually quite nice from what I can gather. So yeah, either way, I really do think they really went all out with, of course, the animation for sure, and yeah, as someone who actually really does love anime for sure, I think this movie really nailed it out of the ballpark, and of course taking tons of influence from that guy to make the animation work quite well. So yeah, and not just that, but also the background designs as well is also done very well for sure. Pretty much part of that as part of the production design as another aspect. Yeah, I really do think they really did an impressive job with, of course, the backgrounds that they've put together to help blend in with, of course, the characters' surroundings for sure. And and it really does pretty much work quite well, and even the visuals and the effects, I have to say, also blend in perfectly from Viking Gatherer for sure. So yeah, pretty much, if anything, I really do think they really are going somewhere with, of course, this one for sure, and yeah, literally from what I've actually seen, they really nailed it out of the ballpark with everything that I've actually said in regards to the production design for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for all those aspects. Yeah, the production design, the visuals and the effects, and of course the animation in a nutshell for sure. So yeah, and of course, well, I should actually mention the soundtracking, of course, of this movie, and yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that the film's soundtrack is absolutely, without a doubt, my all-time favorite in regards to this movie as a whole, for sure. From what I've actually seen by far, I really do think the music and the songs, for sure, really do pretty much fit in well with, of course, everything that goes on for, of course, this movie, and yeah, I really do think they actually pretty much have such really catchy beats for sure that I really do think is actually really well done in my opinion for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I think I know hands down, I really do dig on what they did with the soundtrack. In fact, I might be willing to actually possibly either pick it up physically or downloading just so that I can have something to listen to for sure. So yeah, and I can imagine plenty of cosplayers out there will definitely recreate pretty much what they've actually done in this movie for sure. And if they're going to do that, I do hope they will pull off heart and soul and love to it for sure, because that's how great the soundtrack is in this movie, and I really do love and admire on what they actually did. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that aspect alone. Now, as for the direction of this film, yeah, I really do admire on what they did with the film's direction for sure, and the film's directors really did put in a lot of hard-working effort to really make this look great for sure, and they accomplished that very well for sure, and I can tell there was a whole lot of pretty much determination and passion being put into, of course, this one that I really do think is actually really admirable for sure. So yeah, and of course the cinematography in this film to blend in with the animation, that too alone is also done marvelously for sure, with each and every single camera shot they actually did to actually make it look great for sure. And yeah, literally from what I've actually seen, they really did an incredible job on that. I think it's pretty much a really great usage of cinematography in a Sony animation film since, well, the Spider-Verse movies for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, they really nailed it out of the ballpark with the cinematography for sure. And of course, the editing, I have to say, that alone is also done marvelously for sure, with such really great cuts that they did, which is absolutely perfectly well done for sure, to not only flow out quite well with each and every single scene, but also match quite well with the film's pacing for sure, to which that too alone is also done very well in my opinion, that I really do think really does blend in perfectly with everything else that goes on for sure. So yeah, either way, I think given to all those that I've actually mentioned, I think it will certainly give you the idea on how much I really enjoyed this movie as a whole. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, overall, K-Pop Demon Hunters is an absolute marvelous joy of a movie for sure that not only has a lot of hard-working effort being put into this one, but a lot of heart and soul being put into it to not only make it such a great time, but also a really fantastic movie on its own for sure. So yeah, literally from what I've actually seen, they really nailed it out of the ballpark with, of course, this movie for sure, and it not only works quite well as a regular old anime film for sure, but it's also a really great homage to, of course, K-pop and K-dramas as a whole for sure, and I really do love and admire what they actually did for sure. Not only that, but it actually does what many anime films nowadays pretty much are currently doing for sure, and that being, of course, it knows how to take risks for sure. So yeah. Literally from what I've actually seen, I really do think this movie really did an incredible job in, of course, on that front, and of course, given to all that, I want more animated films to be like this for sure, and that's amongst plenty of other animated films that came before this one that are doing the exact same thing, actually taking risks for sure. Now, I know what you're thinking, how can I say that for most of the other anime films done by other studios and not the same thing for Disney? Well, don't get me wrong, I really do love and admire on what Disney is currently doing with pretty much with each and every single animated film that they're pushing out for sure, but nowadays, yeah, for what I still love and admire pretty much each and every single animated film that Disney is actually doing right now, they have the tendency to actually play safe for sure, and honestly, that's not what we want from Disney as a whole. I mean, sure, it's pretty much their forte that they're sticking with, hands down for sure, but there has to come a time where, of course, they need to break the mold for sure, and actually know how to take risks for sure. And luckily enough, other animated films from other studios for sure are definitely doing exactly that, actually taking risks for sure. And look how well they're turning out for sure. And yeah, given to all that, I'm glad to say that K-Pop Demon Hunters is one of those films that really know how to take risks for sure. So yeah. Either way, I think it's what I can say, of course, on that front for sure. And again, I do have love and respect for Disney as a whole, but I think their time to, of course, play it safe might have to come to an end eventually, and, well, start taking note, of course, what other animation studios are currently doing nowadays, and actually try to see if they can actually replicate it themselves for sure. And yeah, given to all of that for sure, I'm glad to see that K-Pop Demon Hunters is amongst plenty of other films that know how to take risks for sure. And yeah, do I think this film would have been a whole lot better if it actually did get a theatrical release as opposed to being released onto Netflix for sure? Actually, yeah, pretty much, because of anything, I think it is one of those films that does look like it can be released onto the big screen for sure. So who knows, maybe that might change over time from what I can gather, but given to, of course, all that, I'm glad we still got it for what it is for sure. And yeah, pretty much given to all that, I do highly recommend this movie for sure. I not only enjoy it on its own from what I can gather, but I can actually say that I definitely do think it is actually probably one of the best ones that I've actually seen for this year for sure. And that's amongst plenty of the other ones that I've actually seen so far for sure. So yeah. And I guess I give it to that front. I'm quite curious to see on what will come next for sure. I do hear that there are plans to, of course, turn this into, of course, a pretty much a mega franchise for sure. Like, of course, maybe release a couple of sequels and spin-offs that they're going to be working on, and pretty much a live-action remake, which I highly doubt would ever happen. Nor do I have high hopes from. But also, they do have plans to make a stage musical on this movie, to which, yeah, I'm quite curious on how that's going to turn out, because I can definitely see that happen, so yeah, but we'll definitely see later on down the road. So if you're actually quite curious to see this movie for yourself, then by all means, go ahead and do so. It's currently available to watch on Netflix as we speak, so if you got the time, I say definitely check this movie out for sure. I really enjoyed it for what it is, and yeah, it is definitely the best one I've actually seen amongst plenty of others for sure. So yeah, given to all that, I say you're going to be in for a really great time. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say as a whole for, of course, this movie. So yeah, for my final score, yes, folks, I am definitely happy to say that I'm giving K-Pop Demon Hunters an absolutely outstanding 9.5 out of 10 for sure. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie for what it is, and I really do think it is absolutely marvelous from what I've actually seen, and I think you're going to be in for a really great time all the way for sure. So yeah, whether you're in for, of course, the either the interesting story or really great characters and brilliant voice acting, amazing animation, the pretty much the hard-rocking soundtrack, or all of the above for sure, I think you're going to be in for a really great treat seeing this movie for yourself for sure. So yeah, and of course, and yeah, I'm quite curious to see what its future is going to be pretty much since after its release for sure, because yeah, it's actually looking pretty bright from what I've actually seen, and I really do hope they'll actually take it somewhere that I really do love and admire. But until then, I do highly recommend checking this movie out for sure. Trust me when I say, you're going to be in for a great time as much as I did. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and well, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of K-Pop Demon Hunters if you've actually seen it for yourself? Do you absolutely really enjoy it as much as I did and think it's an absolute fantastic movie that's well worth checking out? Or do you absolutely hate it and think it's not worth firing up Netflix to actually see? Or are you somewhere in between where you think it's just alright, yeah, not really as terrible, but not that great as it's a little bit too overhyped for sure. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this movie down in the comments down below. I would love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this this latest Fox video, and yeah, I guess it makes sense for me to put on an extra one for sure, and well, I did hint that I would probably talk about this movie for sure, and well, glad to see I finally got that out of the way for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, so yeah, there you go. That's pretty much my thoughts on, of course, this movie. So I hope all of you guys are happy with, of course, pretty much what I've actually done for sure. I know I am. And boy, was it actually well worth it. So yeah, either way, now that I finally got that done, and well, looks like pretty much much like what I said in the last thoughts video that I did some time ago, looks like pretty much I'm in for, of course, the next movie to see on the big screen for sure, to really help bridge the gap. So So yeah. And I may or may not have teased it in, of course, the previous Thoughts video, but hey, I'm keeping it a secret for now, for sure, so yeah, I guess either way, you'll definitely see, of course, what I'll talk about next, and of course, the next Thoughts video. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.